Hey everyone, welcome to the Comedy Sideshow. I am James P. Conley, filling in for Theo Vaughn this week, and we have a great show for you. Owen Benjamin joins us to talk about dick pics and what it's like to close for an A-list celebrity. And then Kirk Zipfel stops in and serenades us and all the lesbians out there. So sit back, get comfortable, and get ready for this week's episode of the Comedy Sideshow.
Hi, this is Pablo Francisco, and you're watching the Comedy Sideshow.
We're back at the Comedy Sideshow here at the world-famous Improv, and hanging with us here is Owen Benjamin.
Good to
see
here.
you, brother, man.
Yeah,
nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
And it's a special night. I know we talked about it earlier, but it's Gays R Us night.
At the Improv, the
Gays
show
R Us at the
is you have to be gay to be on the show.
I don't know.
How do you prove you're gay? Like, what if you blew one dude?
I'm going to go ahead and say that's gay enough.
What if you were 9?
Probably close the show.
How gay do you have to be? If there was a Straights R Us show, that would be seen as violently, like, what's that called when you don't let people do stuff based on their race or gender? Biased.
Biased, hateful, intolerant.
Hateful, yeah, I'd be very intolerant.
You know, we talked about this. We sat down, we were talking, just kicking around earlier, and I can't believe the one thing we have in common is that you're a tobacco chewer, or you were.
I used to.
You retired.
I'd chew tobacco for 10 years.
And when was the retirement date?
January 1st. That was my New Year's resolution this year.
And how's it going?
It was really difficult at first, but I quit chewing and drinking and coffee on the same day. And then I slowly brought back in coffee and drinking so that my body forgot about the other addiction.
See, that's like, I chewed for, this is I know my wife's going to watch this. I chewed for, I used to be in the military, and you chewed because...
Yeah, I played sports, so it was the same thing. You chew.
Okay, count of 3. Give me what you chewed. 1, 2, red
Skull
man.
mint.
All right, I like the leaf.
You like leaf?
I like leaf.
That's more masculine.
It is, but you can spit, and it's cool.
Yeah, skull isn't, it's not like as femmy as like skull watermelon. Like, that's the most ironic thing. When you see someone chewing skull, that's like a pink gun, you know? You're like...
I'm going to go on the record and say that anything in the chewing tobacco family that is watermelon flavored, that man performing on Gays R Us.
Oh yeah, there's some of the Gays R Us guys too. I saw that. It's usually like kiwi. I've chewed kiwi though. It's like it almost, you don't even realize it's tobacco. You think it's gum, and then you like chew it, and then you puke.
There's certain rules of violation. Kiwi flavored, watermelon flavored, anything. You know why I liked it? It's hard to explain to people. I didn't smoke, man, but I
can't smoke either.
I like the act of spitting. Sue me.
It's a good time.
The actual act of spitting.
And do you ever chew the bear? K-Bear?
No.
Kodiak's pretty intense. It gets you violently sick, unless you have a high tolerance for it. Because there's fiberglass in it. It cuts up your lips, so it's just like straight. It's like the crack cococaine of chew.
Crack cocaine of chew is Kodiak?
Yeah, you turn up the heat pretty high.
That's sweet. So we were talking earlier, and this is, a lot of people go around, they do a lot of shows. A lot of people are always asking about comics on the road, but you're talking about going on with Vince Vaughn right now.
Yeah. I did the Vince Vaughn tour in November, and I don't know when this is airing, but Saturday, June 4th or 5th, we're doing...
We're good. Saturday, June 4th.
Yeah, we're doing Little Creek Casino in Seattle. And Vince and he has me do stand-up, and we close the show with a song.
You close the damn show. I mean, that is like...
Because I play music, so it's kind of like...
Don't sell yourself short.
It's kind of like having a flamethrower. You're just like, my turn! But yeah, Vince is awesome. He does sketches. His show is just... If you ever want to see a great show, check out the Vince show. He's also doing Vegas, I think, at the end of July. Maybe Bahamas at some point.
How'd you get into the Vince Vaughn?
Steve Byrne. You know Steve Byrne?
I know Steve Byrne.
Steve's a sweetheart, one of my best friends. We did a lot of comedy together. Vince is actually going to be the best man at his wedding. Like, they're really close. And
let me get that name. Fucking name drop. I like that. Delicious.
Who, Byrne?
No, Vince Vaughn.
But so then he got me in with those guys, and then we all became friends, and we've had a really good time.
We were talking about it, but closing the show can be bad enough for some comics out there, and I know people are fans of comedy, but
I'm trying to follow an A-list movie star.
So you were telling me throw the bill down again. You were telling me who's on the bill.
Well, on the bill in November, it was Vince, Kevin James, Faison Love did a couple, Nick Swartzen was on it, and Steve Byrne, and it was just the Yankees in 2001. It was just insanity. It was like the Heat. And then I have to follow an hour and a half of the best comedians in the entire world. But the cool thing about those guys is they're all so inclusive, and they're like, by the end, the crowd is just fired up,
Yeah.
It's just when you like, it's actually kind of easy to follow really good comics because people are so happy. Like, you ever follow Seinfeld?
Yeah, not everybody. I followed here one night. I followed Ellen DeGeneres. I was showcasing
And
for
it was
a show.
great though, right?
I thought I was going to shit my pants.
Right.
Because
you were chewing tobacco.
I was chewing tobacco. Had a lot of fiberglass going through the system.
Yeah, of course.
But it turned out to be great because people started to walk out because she was done, and I just said something, and they stared at me, and they were in such a good mood.
Yeah.
That they actually took the time.
Was it the Gays R Us show, or was he
It was the
just
Gays
doing-
R Us. No, it was.
She was doing a normal straight show.
Straight show.
Nice.
I was doing a Gays R Us show.
Of course you were.
That is intense though. So people, what did it feel like the first time? First time I had to get up and close that
Just
show.
insane. The first show I didn't close. I was in the middle, and then after that I started closing because, we can all, with a piano, we can all do fun songs together, and it's just more of a closing atmosphere. So it just, Vince has been one of my heroes my whole life. I was quoting deleted scenes from Maid and stuff, so I think he realized that I had a lot of respect for him. Like, he's just one of the funniest human beings ever. I've had a fortunate time with that. Like, Sandler's put me in some movies and stuff.
Oh yeah, I was looking over some of the movies you've been in, man. And so you hooked up with Adam. You hooked up Nick Swartz in the movies. That's awesome.
I know. I still have to make a CD though.
Yeah, we talked about
And
that.
I still have to convince girlfriends that they don't hate me. That's one of my biggest obstacles.
Explain why do girlfriends hate you?
I don't know. I think like the lifestyle's tough. You're married though?
Yeah, I'm married. I'm gonna go to Vegas for the first time with a wife and a baby, so it's gonna change the whole Vegas experience.
Right.
So
How does she feel about you being on the road?
She doesn't know that when I leave, it's not a no. You know what? It's a big difference. I mean,
Totally.
she met me when I was never been busier, so it's like.
Oh, that's good.
So I know a lot of comedians try to lie, and they're like, it's not going to get worse. It's going to get worse.
Right,
it's going
right.
to get worse.
So that's always been an issue, but
Anybody know? Anybody know?
No, I'm single. Happy birthday, America.
This is such a podcast, man. This is a dating forum.
Yeah,
Get the CD out there.
Put this on, what are some, I can't even think of any of those websites. I could never do a dating, like one of those dating profiles. I'd feel really weird about it.
No?
No, my dating profile is Facebook.
Facebook? I think
yeah.
that's the dating. I think that's the way most people are going to meet women.
Totally.
Why would you waste your time even going to a whole dating profile when you can just sit
But
there?
Facebook is screwing, like the dating online stuff is screwing it up for real life. People are scared of each other now in person. You notice that?
Yeah.
Like people are like, I like you, and then like right there, people are scared. Remember when people would drop into each other's houses?
Yep.
That doesn't happen anymore. I used to stop over at people's houses.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Now it's like, tweet me, text me, just don't look at me.
If you knocked on someone's door right now, they'd be like, I wonder what the hell he wants.
Yeah, totally. They think you're a Mormon.
Do you live anywhere and here they have neighbors? I mean, people walk.
Yeah, I have a lot of neighbors. I'm cool with my neighbors now, but I remember in the 90s, being a neighbor meant more than it does now. Like, people knew their neighbors.
Yeah.
Now people just know their friends lists. And they
Depends
barely
on-
know them.
Well, I mean, we moved somewhere nice just because it was nice. We got sick of living right in the middle of LA.
Yeah, I live in the middle.
You live in the middle?
I dig it though.
All right, you dig that though? That's the scene.
I like it.
That's the chewing tobacco available 24 hours a day.
When you're as tall as me, man, it's good to be right in the middle. When you're 6'7", you stand in the center of a city and everyone stares at you.
Dude, compared to me and the way the camera shot, you look 6'7". I feel like I look like a small child. Yeah.
And I really am 6'7". I'm a giant bear.
You told me that's what Vince Vaughn called you?
He called me a big bear, and we were gambling one night, playing blackjack, and he said, "Baby, you gotta double down," and I almost started crying because that was one of my favorite scenes from Swingers. I mean, the dude's legit. He's very legit.
That's
so
awesome.
Come to the show. I'm
So
also in Fort Lauderdale the week after, the Improv.
Shameless promo too. We're gonna keep track.
Yeah.
You can throw it out there, and his CD will be available and out online
When it's
as soon as I get done
when
with this
it's
damn
created.
show. This is a crime of the century. I cannot believe that of all people, particularly as you do music as well, that would get airplay ridiculous.
I'm so lazy. Like, I work really hard at writing jokes, and like writing scripts and stuff, but when it comes to that, I didn't get a Twitter account till like 5 months ago.
See, I was going to ask you about this. Some people are like all over that. Some people are all over promotion. Some people, I still get emails from people that say, hey, you should try Facebook and join me and
Right.
my 5 friends. And I want to go,
Right.
you've been in stand-up comedy for how long?
I
And you
was
have
like that
like
with
5
Twitter.
friends?
Well, I had 20 million hits on MySpace, so it's almost like having a bad marriage and then you don't want to get married again. Like,
20
I was like third or fourth highest hit comedian on all of MySpace, and so then when MySpace crumbled, like the Ponzi scheme that it turned out to be, I did not want to start over.
Yeah.
And then I begrudgingly got Facebook and then Twitter, but I was the king once. and it's never coming back.
Dude, 20 million. For me to get 20 million hits, I would have to take all the hits that I have right now and multiply them by about 19.5 million.
Right.
Then I would achieve 20 million hits.
Yeah, now it's really tough because there's just so much now. Back in the, because I was one of the pioneers. Like when MySpace first came out, I was all over because I was doing shorts and it was great. And it was just there's so little out there that you could put up a video and get 500,000 hits. Now it's like there's just hundreds of hours a second being uploaded. So it's as if your TV had 50,000 channels on it. And it's just trying to get people to surf to your channel. It's just a bit more of a struggle.
Did you take them over? Did you get the people from MySpace to follow you? Or?
I'm doing pretty good on Facebook. We have a good crew.
Yeah.
My crew is strong. I might start an army. Twitter's
Benjaminians.
Twitter I just do basically because I feel like I have to just write a joke a day.
Yeah.
Just to,
I think a lot of people feel like that. They got to figure something. You got to throw something out there. Otherwise, people are going to go, "What's wrong with you, man? You had nothing funny to say today. You didn't add anything to the universe."
but I will not say that I'm doing mundane things. Like I hate those people so.
I
Had
agree.
a Sunday with my best friend Tanya. Like I just want to kill her and Tanya.
You know
I
what?
don't want to know.
And if you do kill her and Tanya, if you tweeted that you killed her and Tanya, that's an acceptable
I just
tweet.
at Tanya, you are dead now.
At Tanya, instant death.
Yeah, death.
But
Death for you. I hope you enjoy your Sunday.
You've been like the one thing that I hear your name all the time on is all the web series that you've been doing. That's been like.
Well, I did a lot for Sony Crackle. That was fun. We did 100 videos, and yeah, that's been a lot of fun.
We got. There's a C Spot, Gay Town, Heckle You, and Owen Benjamin Presents. They're just some of the things
I've
that
also
are
done
pulling up.
Leno 12 times, special on Comedy Central. Yeah, I've also done a lot of other stuff.
Some said that I missed a few stats right there in the backside.
I try not to plug my goddamn web videos. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally
Plug,
joking.
baby. How did you get into that, man? How'd that start?
Well, I was doing shorts since I was like 12. Like we got a video camera. I love doing shorts and just being a musician. My dad sang opera, so like we had a real artsy family. So we were always just recording shit. And so then when the internet blew up, I was just ready to rock. I was like, all right, check out this shit. Who wants to see my dick?
Now that's so cliche right now, man.
Yeah.
You got your picture of
Dick
your
pics
penis.
are
I was gonna say
cliche.
dick pics. That is so hack.
So
who knew
hack.
that would be hack?
And now the only thing that isn't hack is a semi. Like a boner's hack and a limp weens hack. It's just like a semi like, here's a taste.
This is ready to spring into action.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not hack.
You don't get to see how big it gets, but I'm also going to respect you enough to not be totally limp.
I can see a whole new series of this is where I like to keep it,
Yeah.
but it's not out yet.
Right.
Oh my god. Who keeps that in their phone? Who has
So dick pics?
exactly? Who has dick pics in their phone?
What happened to me is when you're in a long distance relationship, you get kind of way too savvy with that type of shit.
So you
I've had some dick pics, yeah.
so yeah. So
I've sent out some pics of my ween.
you felt pic Wayne? What? Okay. This
Because if you don't see your girl for a month, you start getting pervy. Like it starts off with some phone sex, which I'm bad at. I like to keep it a little more distant because I don't know what to say when I'm doing phone sex. I say shit like Indeed and they get freaked out. Yeah, it's just like it starts off simple and it just gets more and more until you're just Skyping the shit out of each other.
So the first step is phone sex. The first step is awkward phone sex.
Awkward phone sex.
Awkward phone sex using inappropriate words like Indeed.
Right.
Okay. And
I'm not good at phone sex.
what's the next level?
The next level is pictures. Send me a
Pictures?
pic of you right now.
Okay.
I'm carrying in the groceries. Well, that's fine. And then from there, you just keep going. Long distance relationships have turned many people into huge perverts. Because you can't, if you're trying to be
No, I have to
faithful, like you can't sleep with anyone, so all you have is your fucking phone. And I get into it. I fuck my phone.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out and go genius. And dare I say genius? And
Yeah.
you know what? People, I 100% agree with you. I think what's sitting
It's
on
good.
that phone, it's good.
Especially you were in the military, right? Were you married when you were in the military?
I was not married when I was in the military.
Because when I do a phone sex bit, and usually couples where the guy's in the military, they've had to get into some shit, like if they're gone for long periods of time.
Right.
Starts with some letters, some emails, throw some pics out there.
I prefer sketch artists. I prefer to have them. Yeah. This guy's like on the sidewalk.
It's just a caricature,
like at a
and you just
promenade.
have a massive...
Well, yeah, but that way, the head can have its own face. You can have moods and express. It's like an emoticon, but what it is an expressive dick pic.
I love it.
It's just
It's a dick pic with some art behind it.
exactly.
It's great.
With some
I think the first dick pic was the Sistine Chapel. If you look at God,
this guy's good. This guy's
if
good.
you look at the whole, there's right behind the cloud is a ween. That was 15th century.
Okay, so this entire conversation started off with a loose topic of chewing tobacco, and now we've moved that perhaps your theory is that the Sistine Chapel could be the first effective dick pic sent.
You look at man in the Sistine Chapel. He's fully nude,
Yeah.
and he has a ween, and it was essentially the first dick pic. Because that was as mass as you could get back then. Mass is, if you're in the Sistine Chapel where everyone can see, boom, it's on the ceiling. That was back then's equivalent of a mass text message.
So would it be hacked to take a picture of that on a cell phone and send that out?
Not at all. I think that's genius.
I think that's making money.
I think you're turning up the heat a little bit.
Sweet, we are. I like the dick pic with heart. That's good. So
Thanks,
look,
buddy.
before we, I know you got to get out. You got to do a show, and you got to actually be funny. We're getting him for free here, but he's going to go out there and make the money. But the real money is going to be made when we get your stuff on the radio. You heard it. I will get
Yeah, he's
this
gonna help me
man.
get on
I'm
the
going to get
radio.
him on the radio, so you don't have to see him here, but you can also listen to him out there as well. But do you want any plug before we get you out of here? I know you got to go. I know you're
I'm
a busy
in a movie
man.
with Sandler called Jack and Jill coming out in September. So give that a peep. It's not a big part, but I get to yell at him and be mean.
Sweet. Any pictures of unexposed genitalia in any of these?
No, I've been very low key about exposed genitalia lately.
How do you?
Well, my parents are hippies, you know. It's like I was raised with no clothes. I never saw it as weird. So I always had to blend in Patrick Bateman style and be like, yeah, dick pics are bad.
You're the only guy that's going, yeah, that is horrible the way
My
they're
mom
depicting
made
that.
my clothes. Like I wouldn't wear clothes. You know, me and my brother would be running around naked like animals. They were like college professors that believed in no structure. So yeah, a dick pic for me did not seem that crazy.
So you're a very unique man, Owen Benjamin.
Thanks,
I appreciate
buddy.
that. So movie coming out, Adam Sandler. You're going to be. You said Fort Lauderdale is going to be coming up as well.
Yeah, and then go to owenbenjamin.com if you want to see more dates. I tour quite a bit.
OwenBenjamin.com. He's got the one joke a day on Twitter and coming soon CDs. I promise you, man. Thank you so much for stopping
Thanks
by
for
the
having me,
Comedy
buddy. It was a
Side.
blast. Totally.
Pleasure to have you here. All right, that's it right now. We're going to throw you somewhere.
All right, fine. I'll chew tobacco with you.
All right, final at the end. That's how we should close this. So I'm going to go get some Red Man and we'll just spit in an open container.
Love
and
it.
that's a Comedy Sideshow.
And what do you think hookup music was like in the 18th century in England? You ever think about that? Was it like two people together? They're like, all right. Yeah, Beatrice, it's fucking hot. I've cometh. And they didn't have CD players back then, so it was just some creepy harpsichord player in the corner, just like. I would love to have been that guy. And they're like, hey, Wolfgang? And I'm like,
Welcome back to the Comedy Sideshow. Today on the Sideshow, award-winning actor.
That's right.
Award-winning actor Kirk Zipfel.
Thank
Kirk,
you very much.
welcome to the Sideshow,
James,
brother.
always a pleasure.
Welcome to the Sideshow. We talked about that, but you are an award-winning actor.
You know, I am an award-winning actor, and it's interesting that you know that, A, and B, that you brought that up. You know, and I appreciate that. I'm currently the standing 2011 champion of the LA Independent Web Awards Best Supporting Actor 2011. Thank you.
That's true. Can we?
Now,
That's me clapping back.
thank you. I got a plaque that was in a frame from IKEA. It did not have any glass in it. There was no glass in the frame, but my friend collected it for me. But wasn't able to accept it in person.
You sent someone on your behalf.
He was there already.
He was there already.
He was
Okay.
there already. So he picked it up for me, and it got back to my house, into my desk, and I was clearing some things off, and the frame fell on. It broke on the floor. And honestly, I didn't hesitate for 1 second to just throw the entire thing in the trash, and that was it.
I just want you to know that anybody who will win an award at a supporting actor at a web series level and has the balls to send someone in his stead, you could be the greatest guest I've ever had here on this entire
Thank
show.
you.
That,
And
I mean, I'm just throwing this out
that's-
there. That is my kind of.
Well,
I don't think there's ever an award show that you could not send someone in your stead. Why show up?
I showed up to part of the festival, and honestly, just on technically alone, we should have taken everything. We should have swept the entire
Should have swept the
awards.
web doors, yeah.
Because we had full audio, we had color, and ours was in something higher than like 320 DPI resolution. I mean, it was the worst, the most asinine, homemade bullshit, suck-ass film festival I've ever been to, I've ever seen, and everything sucked except us.
I'm going to go ahead and guess that this could be the last award you're going to win for the Web 2011.
From them,
Yeah.
it probably is. I'm not going to lie to you.
So I'm going to tell you something, man. You ruined my life for a split second because I know you do a lot of commercials. You're a comedian. The one that's out there now, it's I say this with love because I'm enjoying talking to you. It's visually disturbing. It is it's as uncomfortable for us as it is for you, and it's something that my wife forced me into, and because you did this, I no longer have to wear the skinny jean.
Yeah.
You actually got me out of the skinny jean because of that scene.
She thought it was a good idea at first. She was like, I want to get you in that. I want to see what you look like in those things.
I think there's a concept that every guy to look contemporary should rock the skinny jean.
Yeah.
Now, when I say rock, obviously, I don't rock the skinny jean. I've got skinny legs, love handles. The body is not. So, tell me about the commercial. I mean, you do a lot of commercials, and that was brilliant. I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
Horrific to watch.
Thank you. It that was a good one. It actually, you'd be amazed in this industry how stuff like that has so much a bigger impact than you ever think it's going to have. Because I mean, I've done a bunch of commercials before, and that one was just someone that we shot in a bar downtown last summer. A series that they did. We were like, the last of the day. They shot 3 spots, and we did it. And it seemed funny, and I didn't see it until January.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and the whole time I'm like waiting for it. I'm like, all right, I know it's coming. And then it came out, and it was like really popular. And then I got called in for pilots. I took meetings because of that fucking commercial. I mean, it's unbelievable the way it works sometimes. It's never what you think it's going to be.
But the hope that you've just given so many people, if that's their path. When you said it had like massive impact, I'm thinking like revolutions in the Middle East. I'm thinking like that commercial might have rippled out. Sorry.
Me going to producers, to Fox on producers.
I understand.
That is as revolutionary
Huge.
as what's happening in the Middle East.
Gigantic.
What are you talking about? You think that I think what has impact happen somewhere else in the world? This is showbiz, okay? This is about me and nobody else. Me.
Believe me, I understand. You're not from here.
No,
you're not from here. Cincinnati boy. What?
That's right.
When did you come out here?
I moved out here in 1998. It's pretty amazing. Lived in Hollywood for like 1 year. And I was like, this place is disgusting. And I moved to the beach. And I lived there. I've lived there ever since. I live in Santa Monica now. I thought when I moved here, because it was like when Godzilla the movie was coming out. That gives you an idea of how long ago that was.
Good reason to move to LA.
But I remember moving here and being like, oh my God. Because there was signs and billboards everywhere, like every bus stop. Basically the way they advertise every movie in LA ever.
Right.
But I come from the Midwest. They don't advertise movies like that. They don't take out the side of a building to put a sign on it for one movie. And I was like, oh my God, Godzilla's gonna be the best movie ever. Does everyone know that this movie's coming out? It's gonna be fantastic. And it sucked. But then then the next movie that came out, they took out the billboard on the side of the building. I was like, okay, I get it. It's just how they do it here.
This is delusions broken down in Hollywood.
Yeah, it's true.
Did you want to do? I mean, you're like multifaceted. I mean, we joked about the skinny jeans, but I know you're not like award-winning. I understand, but you're like. Do you consider yourself actor first, comedian first? I know a lot of people throw around, they're writers, they're producers, but you actually do both.
Yeah, I'd say I'm an actor first.
Actor first?
I got into comedy in 2003. I started doing stand-up because I'd done a lot of improv, I'd done a lot of sketch, I was working in commercials, I was auditioning for television, and I just wanted another crack at the same thing. Basically, you're always trying to get to the same thing. At least I am, and a lot of actors get shit for doing comedy because comedians tend to be very like cliquish and be like, oh fuck you, you're just some actor. You just want to, get in television for this. You're not like in it for the comedy, and that's all true. You know, I wanted to do that. All I wanted to do was, because this industry thinks that if you can be hilarious by yourself on stage, then of course you belong on a television set. Which really, those two things are completely disparate. Just because somebody's funny by themselves in front of a microphone doesn't mean they're going to be a good actor. It's kind of a weird disconnect. But the industry thinks that way.
Just ruined my career plan.
All I wanted to do was get in with casting. Seriously. But I love comedy. I really do. I love doing stand-up. You know, it's fun. It's something you can do by yourself, which is so important. I think you don't have to rely on some bullshit sketch group, some improv team, some girl who brought the wigs, and then you got to call Travis who forgot to bring the bucket full of costumes, and then and get to the theater. Like, you can just get up, go, come here, and if you're lucky, you can get up on stage. So that's cool.
You rock the weapon. You got the guitar as well. Does that help a lot now? You got people jumping on Twitter, people jumping on Facebook, a lot of people looking for content up there. A lot of comedians. We talked about it earlier. I mean, I love comedians as much as the next guy, but sometimes it gets a little boring watching a stand-up stand there for like 8 minutes in a row. But do you think it's easier for you to get on, like, because you have a guitar? Sometimes people are looking for a little more pop.
No.
Listening on stage. No.
I don't think it's easy at all in any way to get on stage in LA. So what you have is a massive volume of comics of all varying degrees of skill, all vying for the same 20 microphones. Okay, you got 4,000 comics vying for 20 spots. And in sheer volume, it almost doesn't matter who you are and what you know how to do. It's all just about who you happen to be friends with, and for you, like hanging out with the girl who books the thing, and then she'll put you in the show. It doesn't help at all.
We talked about this earlier. My number one question, I waited. This is kind of my time. Man Teen. You're in a show called Man Teen.
That was the award winner.
Great. Is that the award winning? The award winning show Man Teen. That's a web series?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, the connotations are off the chart.
Well,
I'm sure this is.
There's a comedian named Andy Lazarus who lives in Venice, and he and I have been friends for a long time. And he is from Northern California, also from Palo Alto. But Andy wrote this Man Teen series based on himself, basically, or on a character that he and his girlfriend sort of at the time created about him, being that he was, unemployed, 30-something, independent means, and on a baseball team, coaching baseball, but otherwise, sort of not really gainfully employed. Wasn't really a grown-up, wasn't really a teenager. He's Man Teen, somewhere in between,
Yeah.
And so he decided to write this web series, which is actually hilarious. You can check it out at man-teen.com or on YouTube/Man-Teen.
It's important to do that, because if you search Man Teen, you probably pull up a lot of different searches.
Yeah,
put the dash in there. Go to the web series. Yeah, put the dash in there.
But it's a great series. There's 4 episodes up there now. They're all really well done. They were directed by Brian Spitz, who is currently directing a feature, Globetrotting the World, directing a feature right now. And it features me and a bunch of other people you recognize, including Devin Gummersall, who used to be on My So-Called Life. I don't know if anyone on the internet is actually old enough to remember that show, but he was.
Those people are dead.
He was on that show for a long time.
How did you get into like web series? I know a lot of people, even comics. Everyone's looking for a different angle. Everyone's looking for a new way to kind of get on the internet, get on the web. Is that like just acting connections, or?
Everybody's doing something. It's so cheap now.
Huh.
It's really.
You mean like the production value that they were dealing with?
The biggest difference between something that looks good and something that looks shitty tends to be audio. You're dealing at a certain point with something that people know what they're doing when they're not just using the shotgun mic on the outside of the camera.
Yeah.
Then the post-production comes in. If you can color time it, then you're working with serious pros. Because you're talking, this is going to be like a $400 movie.
I like that color timing is the mark of a professional production.
God. If somebody's color timing in post-production,
genius.
Man, you're like working with Spielberg.
You did. As a matter of fact, as I glance on the sheet that makes me know more about you than I should, you worked with Spielberg on a lot in Fox in 2007? How was that?
It was awesome. It was a great show. I mean, I love working on the show. The show sucked, and nobody watched it.
This is how balls this guy's got. He was on a show with Spielberg, and he's going to go ahead and say the show sucked. I like you more and more.
Spielberg, by the way, was involved.
Spielberg's overrated.
Spielberg was involved in name only.
Yeah.
He showed up on the very last day to
All right.
congratulate the winner with a handshake,
Right.
as they invited him onto the lot down at DreamWorks. But it was fun because I was on a network show. It was this directing competition show from 4 years ago where it was like American Idol for directors.
Right.
Singing is something that anyone can get behind, and people right away are like, "Oh, singing, yeah, I know that." Try that with directing. People like in Middle America are like, "What does a director do?" Well, it's kind of complicated. It's like color timing. You know what that is? Maybe edit. Nah, never mind. So the show went nowhere because no one knew how to watch it. But it was a great experience. It was really fun. I had a job every week, all summer. I was shooting. I felt like a TV star.
You were a TV star. You worked with Spielberg. Not many people can say that.
I am a TV. I worked
You
with
are-
Spielberg. Have you?
I can't believe we got this guy.
Yeah.
No, I've
You're
never
lucky.
worked with Spielberg.
You're lucky I'm here.
I've never worked with Spielberg. You say you're from the Midwest, and says here you also went to Indiana University. Have you ever? There's a club out there. It's one of the best comedy clubs.
Bears.
No, it's not Bears. It used to be a Funny Bone. Now it's a Comedy Attic. It's a great club out there, right near Indiana University. Have you ever been out to that club?
Indiana University?
Yep.
In
In
Bloomington? What's it called?
It's called the Comedy Attic.
No.
You should get.
I thought you were going to say Bears on 3rd Street. I mean, Bears is a very famous.
Yeah, I know
local
Bears been there
club.
for a long time. Everybody that's ever been through Indiana talks about going to Bears. This is a brand new club. It's been out there a couple of years.
Oh.
One of the best comedy clubs I've ever been to.
Really?
And I say that not because I want to get booked again,
Well-
but because it really is. They put a lot of great acts out there. You can be a draw.
It's brand new. I am not as young as I may look.
Throw that. Come on, you're a young man. You're father of 12. Is that what you told me? No.
Father of 3.
So we joked about that. You came back from taking the family out in a hotel room.
Yeah.
I'm about to go out and do
Yeah.
the same thing.
My recommendation would be to get the suite or
Sweet.
or the adjoining room,
Joining room.
Yeah.
Or maybe a different location.
because you do not want to wake up in the same hotel room with your kids when they wake up at 5 in the morning because they're in a strange place
Yeah.
and they don't really know where they are, so they start crying at 5 in the morning. That is not fun.
That's not like the traditional comedy road life, just to have the kids and the family.
Not really.
Nobody goes, I'm on the road for 3 weeks, gotta get my drug habit, gotta get my drinking back.
Yeah.
Pack the kids in the car, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I want to be waking up at the Red Roof Inn, ordering a little room service when Honey wakes up.
Now, sitting over there is an instrument of death in my hands. But I know you do a lot of, we saw some of your tunes before we came out here. I know you do a little bit of the, you're a multi-talent, you're an award-winning web
I'm an
series
award-winning.
actor.
And I've worked with Steven Spielberg.
Worked with Steven Spielberg. The list goes on. The man, chock full of wisdom. But I mean, I know, I'd love it, man.
Did it just get really loud in
It
here?
got really loud. This is the ambiance.
It's like I
of
feel
the
like
Comedy
this
Side
entire
Show.
wall is vibrating.
It is.
It's like a.
There's a lot of heat. You get the big show that you're going to be on after this, taking us downstairs. Ladies and gentlemen, for
I'm
your
gonna be
smooth and
amazing.
listening pleasure, the eclectic sounds of Kirk Zipfel, award-winning web series actor, personal friend of Steven Spielberg, and
We are
a
pals.
traveling man with a dad. And
You guys even hear this?
oh yeah.
Well, this is a song that I wrote. I wrote the song, by the way, not the Indigo Girls. This is a song that I wrote for my sister. It was actually for my parents on behalf of my sister. Well, Mom, Dad, I'm a lesbian. We got a name for what I am, and it's called lesbian. I'll never get married, no bouquet will I carry. I know this might sound scary until you meet my girlfriend Terry. She's a forklift operator. She operates a forklift down at the dog food plant. And the more I think about men, the more I'm pretty sure I'm a lesbian. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm a lesbian. Oh yeah. Well, you're my folks, and I know how disturbing this must be. But if you love me, let me tell you all about my lesbianity. We're girls, they do prefer me. Dating boys did inure me. No therapy will deter me from becoming the ultimate expression of my humanity. That one big ass rug munching lesbian. And the more I think about chicks, the more I'm pretty sure I'm a lesbian. Oh yeah. Whoa, I'm a lesbian. Oh yeah. It's for my sister.
Yeah.
Thanks. Pretty amazing stuff, huh?
So what was that song about? You know what? I give it any time that you can put the word rug munching in a lyric, and it just flows with the song. It's mark of genius, my brother.
It just, rug munching it just falls off the tongue. You've been doing what, stand up for like 15 years?
Yeah, been doing that.
You doing the road a lot? You've been to every state?
Been to almost every state. Yeah, been maybe missed a couple here and there. It's time to go back.
Did you go up to the Comedy Store?
Been to started answering phones up there. Came out here, $5 an hour. I don't want to brag.
You know what? That's the one place that I just simply can't go.
Can't go?
I mean, not can't, but kind of won't go because I just feel like it's depressing. It's kind of gross.
Can I just say something? That all conversations sound better with an underbed of music like this. I don't care what we talk about, no matter what the topic is. It sounds much more fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, that's like a generic, rock and roll hippie jam. And then you do the walk up, and that's like that. That's the panty dropper. If you can do that, you're fucking dead. It's like the Allman Brothers, like. Like that one. You're my blue sky, you're my sunny day. Lord, you know it makes me high when you turn your love my way. You can play any of that solo, you're in.
I can't.
Or, here you go. All you gotta do is this. In college, forget about it.
It does sound like something really important's about to happen right afterwards. Like what
Totally.
this sounds like what you're about to say. It's like women are gonna look at you and go, "This is the man potentially that I've been waiting for all my life."
Or just have another dude playing it next to while you're talking.
So I woke up the other morning and it seemed like today was gonna be a big day. We're gonna change the world today, man. We're gonna do it one song at a time. It just sounds better. Everything sounds better this way. So is it, you take the axe up with you all the time? I just say axe because I don't have a guitar, but.
Yes.
You use it as a weapon. Some people set it as the tease. Some guys will set it down. Some guys will bring it up straight up. Do you just kind of look at it like I could if I want to? I don't have to. I got game.
Yeah, sometimes I don't bring it because I want to work on my my talking stand up. Other times you can hide behind it because it's an easy show off thing, and other comedians don't like to follow guitar comics.
See, to me, it would be more like, and just a little bit of sense that I have about you. To me, it would be more like the matador and the bull. Like it's there, you're taunting it. You don't have to. I can talk to you, but if I want to, I could kill you with a guitar.
I don't like to taunt my guitar.
I'm sorry, I'm new to the guitar. I don't know. Of all the things, nobody taunts my guitar.
Sometimes I bring it up, sometimes I leave it there.
Yeah.
I think I'm not really a big fan of guitar comedy.
Is it hard to listen to yourself?
No, I'm a huge fan of myself.
Sure, sorry about that.
But I'm not a fan of other people's guitar comedy because I think a lot of them stink at it. I'm not gonna I can't help it. I'm a comedy
Just
snob.
saying, that's why we're
But
here.
if I'm
man.
going to listen to your song, like Owen Benjamin, okay?
Right.
Owen Benjamin is good. Owen Benjamin is fun to listen to because he's a really good musician.
Right.
And it's because what that shows me is that you put time into it.
Right.
You have skill and you've worked on it.
And then you made it funny.
But just to get up and go like, yesterday I was walking in my car, I was riding my dog Skip, and that shows me that you don't know shit. I mean, you've been playing guitar for like 6 months. You stink at it. That doesn't help. I need a little bit. I need something more to come out of the guitar music.
I pray, man. Owen Benjamin, guest on the show.
Huh?
He said the same thing about you.
I know we do.
No, we did not. That would have been the most brilliant wrap-up in the history of the Comedy Sideshow. And to bring it full cycle, ladies and gentlemen, Owen Benjamin. He came back just to say hi to Kirk. Kirk, man, this has been awesome. So, project out for me. Can people find you on the road? Are you pretty much staying here in LA right now with the commercials?
Yeah, I make my living here in LA. I got music videos coming out. One for Jack Johnson, the song called Jack Johnson Blues, which you can find on my website, KirkZipfel.com.
KirkZipfel.com.
Jack Johnson Blues. Working on a couple of different videos, but that one's going to be interesting because I'm going to have Laird Hamilton in it.
Really?
Yeah. Big wave surfer. Laird Hamilton's going to be my fucking comedy video.
This guy is Spielberg, Laird Hamilton. Unbelievable.
I know everybody.
Do you? I know everybody. All you have to do is play the guitar, and they actually come. They lure them. No, I saw you're also in Dinner with Schmucks. How was that, man? Working with Steve Carell.
I wasn't in it. I was that thing on my website was I interviewed them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, with the guitar for the movie when it came out.
Oh, sweet. Fun? Or?
Yeah. Check it out. It's actually really funny. It's on metacafe.com. You can link to it from my website, but it was really cool. It was like Steve Carell and Paul Rudd together and singing with me, and then Bruce Greenwood, who was in he was in Dinner for Schmucks, obviously, but he was in John from Cincinnati. I don't know if you remember that show. He's been in a ton of stuff. I think he was in Deadwood. No, I can't remember. But anyway, I go in the room and he has his guitar, Bruce Greenwood, which is pretty rare that they would have that guitar. We started playing a full-on blues jam, and then next to him is Ron Livingston, who was in the movie also, but was not having any fun at all in the jam because he didn't know. He figured I was just coming in like anybody else at these press junkets to ask him the same questions he's been asked all day, and he can give me some stupid answer, and then I'll leave. But it wasn't. And you can watch his reaction as he's just like literally looking around at somebody like behind me going like, can we get this asshole out of here? Can we cancel this show? This is hell. It's funny. It's funny to watch it.
Take it out. Phil, so it was KirkZipfel.com. What was the other one on Metacafe?
It's all on my website, but that's on, the interviews with Dinner for Schmucks and Jackass, the guys from Jackass, and what was the Natalie Portman movie that just came out with Ashton Kutcher?
Black Swan?
No, it was really bad.
Oh, the one where she decides it's going to be
Friends with Benefits.
Yeah, Friends with Benefits. And
it's called
anybody? Ashton Kutcher, Natalie Portman.
Oh my God.
Friends with Benefits. No strings attached.
Yes,
There you
no
go, right
strings
there.
attached. We did one for no strings attached.
You could react faster, like you were maybe paying attention to what the hell we were saying here today. No strings attached.
But anyway, that Jackass and Dinner for Schmucks are all on metacafe.com.
Nice. So, pretty much in LA. If people want to come out and catch you live, is this holding it here in Hollywood for us?
Yes.
Not going to hit the dirty road?
I don't leave because I don't make any money out there.
Is it all about the money, Kirk? Is that? Yes, it is. It's all about the money, ladies
When you
and
have
gentlemen.
kids and you're not famous, yes, it is.
Yeah. That's the problem with kids is there's expectations of food and shelter and consistency and a future. And for a couple of guys trying to write some jokes, it's kind of a drag.
I mean, not to mention emotional attachment and
dependency,
and emotional some sort of give and take. I mean, these kids, they want a lot.
Yeah, I learned it's not about me anymore. All right, but today it's been about you, man. I appreciate coming by Comedy Sideshow. This has been a lot of fun. It's rare that we get somebody to bring the axe as well. So check them out, KirkZipfel.com. Check them out, Metacafe. Look for them in movies. You know what? Or if you're sitting at a bar and it seems really cool, and you hear a tune kicking in the background, and somebody says something that sounds like it might be a little important, it's probably you. It's probably you just throwing down some wisdom in the back corner.
Probably
So I
is.
appreciate that. So you keep playing. Thanks for hanging out with the Comedy Sideshow. We'll see you later, but not everyone's going to be this cool. And that's our show this week. As always, we want to thank our guests, Owen Benjamin and Kirk Zipfel, for donating their time. And when I say donating, I'm very serious. Remember to check us out and subscribe to us on iTunes. I am James P. Conley, and it has been an absolute honor filling in for Theo Von this week. Until next time.